So mga kabanat, good evening. So medyo maingay kasi dito, medyo malakas yung ulan. At nakadalawang brownout dito. Kanina ko pa sana i-upload dito. Ito yung part ng pagtatanong ni Senador Gordon kay Miss Mago. Kung sana tinanong kasi siya dito ni Senador Gordon kung willing ba talaga si Miss Mago makipagtulungan sa gobyerno at sasabihin yung katotohanan. Ang part kasi na pagtatanong ito patungkol sa pagtatanong sa pagpapalit ng expiration date ng face shield. At sabi ni Senador Gordon, marami pa daw silang natuklasan dito. At sabi nga ni Senador Gordon, baka maiipit dito si Miss Mago. Ang gagawin na lang daw ni Miss Mago ay makipagtulungan na lang sa Senado kung ituturo ano ba talagang nangyari. At sabi ni Miss Mago dito, willing naman siya makipagtulungan. So balit pagkatapos ng pangako na ito, tapos ano si Senador Gordon ng isa pang hearing. So balit hindi na sumipot itong si Miss Mago. Ngayon balitaan na lang natin ay pumunta na pala siya sa Kongreso at doon humingi ng saklolo. Sabi niya nasa panganib yung kanyang buhay. So napakahirap intindihin na dito siya nangako sa Senado. Pero sa Kongreso siya pumunta. So ito yung mga part ng pagtatanong ni Senador Gordon. Ang video na ito inedit ko para lamang doon sa part ni Miss Mago para makita natin ano ba nangyari, bakit anong nangyari dito sa mga pangako ni Miss Mago. So panoorin niyo ito mga kabanat.
If I ask you a question, will you tell me the truth, Krisel?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
You promise?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
All right, I will ask you a simple question. Don't
Yes,
leave us because you're the one who started this thing with the Grace Mago and along with Senator Pangilinan. Grace, you look like a very, very good lady. You know, alam kong mahirap ang buhay. You want to get a leg up on everybody and may pagkakataon na talagang dito, ano yan may trabaho ka, mga mayayaman yung pinagtatrabaho mo, sumunod ka lang sa kanila, di ba? May choice ka ba? Sumunod ka lang sa kanila, di ba?
Mr. Chairman, I am an employee po.
Excuse me?
I am an employee po, so I have to follow instructions.
Sabi ko nga sa'yo, nagtatrabaho ko dyan sa mga mayayaman na yan. Ang totoo niyan, inamin mo na ginawa ninyo yun, yung mga expired, pinapapalitan nyo, hindi mo naman gagawin yun kung matinong babae ka Pero, ang totoo niyan, nahikayat ka, sayang yung trabaho ko, at sige, susundin ko na lang. Totoo ba yan?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, what was
Because I'm
the
about to
question
confront you
po?
with something. I don't want to do that. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I wasn't able to understand the question po. If
Grace, ikaw nagtatrabaho ka, masipag na tao ka, magaling ka magsalita, magaling ka mag-computer, kasama mo ay talagang malalaking tao, magaganda ang mga kotse, nasa mga gandang tahanan, nakakita sila ng pagkakataon talagang sibasibin yung ating bayan. Hindi ko siguro pa alam yun at that time, pero sabi niya, sige na, konti lang ito, pumayag ka na. Meron pa ba silang inutos sa iba? Para makatulong ka na sa amin. Alam ko makakatulong ka sa amin.
Mr. Chairman,
Ikaw may ipit
Mr. Chairman, I earlier requested for some time to verify a few details regarding the request of Senator Pangilinan.
Well, napakasimple lang ng mga tanong. Pag-iisipan pa ba yan? Meron bang ibang pagkakataon na inutusan ka pa gawin yan? Tingnan mo kanina, may napakita si Senator Ontiveros. Lalabas yan. Sabihin, pinapalitan yung mga face mask, lukot-lukot. Ang dumi-dumi, hinahawakan. Ngayon, lumabas naman ito, pinapalitan yung expiry date. Ganun rin yung sa kabila. Ikaw rin ang tinuturo sa kabila. Dalawa na yan. Gusto bang mapasubo ng husto? Ayoko naman mapasubo ka. Where did you graduate, by the way? Saan ka nag-graduate? Anong eskwela?
Yes,
Do you
po.
stand by your earlier statement that you were instructed by Mr. Dargani to give the instruction to the warehouseman?
Mr. Chairman, I always follow instructions po. But allow me to check also on our records or conversations to verify this po. But
Good.
generally po, as an employee, I always follow instructions.
Thank you.
If I ask you a question, will you tell me the truth, Krisel?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
You promise?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
All right, I will ask you a simple question. Are you familiar with business beyond limits? I did not want to ask you this question, but I would now have to ask you this question. Business beyond limits.
I am familiar, Mr. Chairman.
Why are you familiar with this corporation?
As a matter of fact, Mr. Chairman, I am the one of the nominees of the company.
And that nominee was used as a joint venture with Farmali, right?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's correct.
And they made you, this company, bid again, right?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
And you won a bid in the amount of 37,870,000. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Now that shows to me that you're part and parcel of this gang of thieves, which has been bilking the country. Ito yung sinasabi ni President Duterte, and I quote him, sinisip-sip nyo yung dugo ng tao. Yung pinaghirapan ng tao, sinisip-sip nila. Quote unquote, Attorney Duterte. So you're part and parcel of it, right? Now, I will ask you again. You know all these things, and it's very hard for you now to go out because you are part and parcel of this whole network, this den of thieves. I advise you now, please cooperate with me, and I give you my word, we will protect you. All the word of the Senate President. Para matapos na ito, at sinasabi, matagal rin kami mag-imbestiga, pero hindi ako titigil, hindi kami titigil. Titigil ka ba, Senator Pangilinan? Senator Lacson ba? Titigil tayo, Senator Lacson? Hindi kami titigil. Naglalabasan na lahat eh. Krisel, please, you told me, you promised me, and I believe you. And you just answered the truth. Kasama ka sa isang korporasyon, nabighani ka ngayon. Member ka ng isang korporasyon, nakakuha kayo ng 37 million, hindi pa kita tinatanong doon sa presyo nung binili nyo. At ito, kailan nangyari ito? Di ba, May 27, 2021?
May I check the records briefly, Mr. Chairman?
Ito, may papel ako. Ayan.
But I believe it is this year, Mr. Chairman, and around that time.
2021 nga.
Yes po.
So, ayoko sabihin, nakisaw-saw ka na rin. O kaya nabighani ka para hindi ka nila, para sigurado kang hindi ka tatalong sa kanila, sinama ka nila sa negosyo. In other words, they try to make your hands dirty. Ayan, no? Panay Fort Bonifacio, Victoria Tower. Hindi ba yung Victoria Tower? Yan nakatira, yan yung opisina nila nila Dargani, na itong korporasyon ninyo?
Mr. Chairman, the address of Farmally is at Tower B, Fort Victoria.
Tabi-tabi lang kayo, tatawid lang kayo.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a statement regarding my involvement with Business Beyond Limits? So, the truth is, I was appointed, how do I say this? I was, nilagay ako dyan for convenience, Mr. Chairman.
So, ginagamit ka nila?
And if you...
yes or no? Sa tingin mo, ginagamit ka lang nila yung pangalan mo?
For convenience, Mr. Chairman, I believe so.
For convenience. Para magamit yung pangalan mo, para makasawsaw pa sila sa marami pang nanakawin. Tama?
I cannot answer regarding the nanakawin na word, Mr. Chairman.
Well, para makahuthut pa sila. I am going to be tired of this and I will get back to you in spades. Because nakikita ko na talagang marami ka pang nalalaman. Kung ayaw mo mag-cooperate, then you will be part and parcel of this conspiracy to defraud the government. The government was already swindled.
I am willing to cooperate, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, yeah.
As mentioned earlier, Mr. Chairman, I was placed as a nominee of the corporation, one-person corporation for convenience, since they also needed my advice and expertise when it comes to different services.
You know, I'd like to help you, really. In my heart of hearts, I'd like to help you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, yes, sir.
may I know from Ms. Mago what she means by for convenience? Ano po ibig nyo sabihin ng for convenience? O, Tagalogin nyo nga yung intindi ko dyan sa bakit kayo nilagay doon.
Apo. Yeah, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, as earlier mentioned, it was for technical expertise for the services po. Like, for example, for the bidding, government bidding po.
Ginamit mo.
May technical expertise ka.
Galing siya
And
sa token.
experience po with government bidding.
Bakit? Saan ka galing dati?
Actually, Mr. Chairman, it was only based on the projects that we got from 2020 as well as additional learnings from different resources po.
So, ikaw yung ginagamit nila
Galing siya sa salita kasi.
doon sa mga pag-ugnayan sa mga bidding, pang gano'n.
Preparation of the bidding documents po in particular, Mr. Chairman.
Preparations of the bidding. So, alam mo, so sumusunod ka sa mga inuutos sa'yo.
That is correct po, Mr. Chairman.
So, maliwanag yun. Ang tinatanong kasi nila Senator Gordon, at saka ni Senator Pangilinan is yung mga, ang importante lang kasi naman yung mga nag-uutos sa'yo at ano inuutos. So, yun lang ang linawin mo sa kanila at siguradong magkakaayos na tayo ng impormasyon. Okay.
Yes, po, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry. Grace, who placed you there as nominee?
Actually, I was, well, let me be honest, Mr. Chairman. I was placed as a nominee by the incorporator, the incorporator of that company, Mr. Chairman.
Who is? Why did you
Um,
hesitate to mention the name
yes,
right
po.
away?
The name of the incorporator is Miss Sofia Mercedes Custodio. It is a one-person corporation, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me, what was she?
It
She is
is
the
a
president
one.
and corporate treasurer, isn't she?
Yes, po, Mr. Chairman, but it is a one-person corporation, and as nominee, I actually don't have any functions for the company. But then when we submitted I believe it was an alternative document to the GIS, I was nominated as the corporate secretary. For convenience again, Mr. Chairman.
And kilala mo si Gerald Cruz.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. I believe I saw him a few times po.
And Gerald Cruz is part of the cabal. Yung sa mga corporation na papakita ko sa inyo sa Parmali Group. Marami sila. Di ba?
Mr. Chairman, with regards to the transactions of business beyond limits, I have never transacted with Mr. Gerald Cruz. I
Yes,
only know of
he's
Mr.
part of the board. In fact, he is the chief financial officer. And it says here, you are the corporate secretary, aren't you?
For business beyond limits, yes po, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me?
I mean, I was elected as the corporate secretary for Business Beyond Limits OPC.
Yeah, you were elected. Pumayag ka. You didn't say no. And under the itong one-person corporation, lumalabas na kasama ka na bilang corporate secretary at si Gerald Cruz. Kung mapapakita lang natin yung pangalan ng mga kung saan nakalagay si Gerald Cruz, ay kasama siya sa iba't ibang mga korporasyon ng Parmali. Di ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
And he lives in 2260 Avocado Street. Are you aware of that? That's Marinas Village, Makati.
I've never been to that place, Mr.
If you're
Chairman.
aware, because hindi ka naman basta pipirma. Kung yan ay kasama doon sa tinatawag na grupo nila. Dahil tingnan mo yung kotse ni Rose Nono, Lynn. I know you have humanitarian concerns. Are you the only breadwinner? Ikaw lang ba ang nagtatrabaho sa pamilya ninyo?
No po, Mr. Chairman.
Excuse me, ma'am?
Hindi naman po, Mr. Chairman. I'm not the breadwinner po.
Okay. And you are, wala kang asawa, di ba?
Wala po, Mr. Chairman.
So, ikaw lang ang maganda yung trabaho mo, maganda yung opisina. And I don't want to go after you. Really. I do not want to go after you. Gusto namin mag-cooperate ka para sa bayan. If that means anything to any of us in this country.
Yes po, Mr.
We're
Chairman.
willing to wait for you. Hintayin ka namin, pag-isipan mo, and then some future time, we'll ask you again.
Personal
But ang dami kasing nakikita namin na nakakalungkot eh. Talagang actually, ang tingin ko, pinagsamantalahan ka eh. Ginamit yung pangalan mo eh. If I ask you,
So yan mga kabanat, yun ang kabuhang pagtatanong kay Miss Mago nung nakaraang pang hearing hindi yung hearing itong nakaraang araw lang, nakaraan pa ito nung hearing at nangako sila na susunod ipatawag ulit si Miss Mago, ay kinalaunan mga kabanat ay hindi na siya sumipot at kinabalitaan na lang natin ngayon nasa Kongreso na siya. Doon na siya, kumbaga, doon siya madaling sabi, nagtatago dahil nga mayroon daw panganib sa kanyang buhay. At yung Senado, yung Kongreso na, yung Kongreso na yung nagbibigay ng proteksyon sa kanya. Na sa halip na ang tama sana dyan na hakbang ay sa Senado siya pumunta. Kasi sa Senado ka nagbunyag ng katotohanan eh. Kasi pag hindi ka kasi kapag doon ka sa Kongreso pumunta, ang lumalabas ay wala kang tiwala sa Senado. Wala kang tiwala sa mga wala kang tiwala sa mga senador. 'Di ba? Yan ang sa tingin ko diyan eh. Kaya napakahirap intindihin na doon ka nagsalita na nangako ka pa na makipagtulungan para sa bayan. Pero ang kinalaunan ay doon ka pumunta sa Kongreso, 'di ba? Di ko maintindihan eh. So, yan lang muna mga kabanat. At ayun ang part ng video. Siguro bukas, kaso brownout bukas mga kabanat eh. Maaga yung start ng brownout at hahapon. Gusto ko sana i-edit yung sa part naman ng pagtatanong ni Lincoln Ong para makita talaga natin kung ano ba talaga kung ano bang katotohanan na pinagsasabi ni Ong nung simulang nagkaroon ng pagdinig, yung nasubaybayan ko. Hindi ko naman lahat kasi nasubaybayan talaga yung hearing na ito. Halos sa pang-5 hearing na nga akong naabutan ko dito eh. Pero ganoon pa man ay nasubaybayan ko pa rin na medyo baliktad-baliktad yung paliwanag ni Lincoln Ong talaga. So yan lang muna mga kabanat. So maraming salamat at ingat kayo palagi and good night. So